Hi guys, it's your girl Melissa at Mia Mo Mental Health, dropping gems about all different types of mental health topics. Now, if you're interested in anything, any topic you want me to cover, please leave a comment, please subscribe, please share, please be interactive, and let's all heal together during this healing journey. Have a great day. Hey guys, it's your girl Melissa. So as many of you know, I'm a master level clinician specialized in trauma and addiction studies. So today I want to discuss a topic that impacts many women across the world. Unfortunately, it doesn't get enough attention until something terrible happens. You know, we hear the court cases terribly when a new mother is going through postpartum depression and goes undiagnosed, unrecognized, or untreatable, and then they commit the unthinkable. When this is happening, a lot of women may not seek help because when a baby is born, it is granted that most of us are supposed to be happy as mothers and welcoming a new bundle of joy, and it's like a new milestone in life. However, that's not the case for many women. When a woman is pregnant, they go through a lot of changes bodily, emotionally, mentally, and physically, and then they're about to have this life changing event. Of course, it's for the better. A lot of people assume it's for the better, right? A new baby, a new bundle of joy, someone to love, someone to teach, someone to grow with. However, sometimes that's not always the case because there's other things that are factoring in throughout the pregnancy and also to the arrival of the baby. When a woman is pregnant, her body is going through a lot of changes. She is emotionally and mentally and physically changes. So it takes 9 to 10 months for a baby to be birthed. When the baby is born, of course it's a great experience, especially when the baby is healthy and you get to bring the baby home and things of that nature. Of course you're excited. But the post care, what happens to the post care of the baby or post care of the mother? Unfortunately, what happens, a mother will overexalt herself. And this is when depression may happen with postpartum depression. If a mother is usually, especially a new mother, where she's having a baby and she never had a baby, and now she has to make all these life changing decisions that she didn't have to make prior, that can be overwhelming. Now she has to, who's going to watch the baby safely before I go, safely, when I go to work, who's going to pick up the baby after I get to work, if she's going to pick the baby up, she's going to drop the baby off. Who's going to help with different stuff, like with the baby feedings, baby diapers, baby burping, baby bath time, all of these things is now new decisions that a new mother would have to make, whereas though she didn't have to make the decisions before, but now she has to make new decisions, going to a doctor's appointment with the baby. These are life-changing events, and sometimes it can be overwhelming, especially when a mother doesn't have help and she's battling her own mental health and other things. When a mother is left alone and she's left alone to make all of these decisions, it can be overwhelming, especially when she didn't have to make these life-changing decisions before. It doesn't take away from the baby, but imagine if you had to go through life and just having to care for yourself, and now you have to adjust even your route, like getting to work. You can't just go into work. You have to now drop the baby off at the babysitter and then proceed to work. You cannot just go home. You have to drop the baby off, then go home, and then you still have to care not only for yourself but also the baby. Whatever the baby needs are, they need to be met. So when we're discussing postpartum depression, it is not just a depression, it is the life-changing event that happens. It doesn't mean that the mother does not love the child. It can be overwhelming with responsibility that the mother never had prior. And if she's left alone with all of these responsibilities, it can become depression because now she doesn't have a life of her own. Especially when a mother, especially a new mother, when she's used to having independence and a life of her own. She can no longer just get up and go. She can no longer just go to the store. She can no longer just, hey, I'm going out with friends. She now have to look for babysitters, and not any babysitters. She now have to look for reliable babysitters. And then she also has the time, like, hey, I'm going to be gone from this time and this time. Can you babysit? And then some people can decline and cancel at last minute to babysit. So a lot of things happen. It is not just cut and dry with postpartum. And then on top of that, a lot of women get shamed and then looked at as vain when they say they no longer have a pleasurable aesthetic liking to their body. So that even changes. It doesn't happen to every mother, but if you're used to looking at your body in a certain frame, and then of course with a baby is 9 months, your body's going through a lot of changes because it had to, like, house life. Then also that's another thing that can be impacting the individual's self-esteem, self-confidence. So not only do they have new responsibilities, they also are dealing with physical appearance. If they're not feeling like they like themselves or like what they look like in the mirror, or they have new stretch marks or things that we will be like, oh, it's rain. It's not rain. Let us get that out there. We live in a superficial world, and if your body goes through certain changes that you're not used to seeing, imagine you seeing your body throughout your lifetime a certain way, and then once the baby is birthed, you see a new body that can be also life changing. It is so many factors that go into postpartum depression, so it's hard to cover it all in one video. But understanding that this is also a life changing event. I'm not saying anything is wrong. It doesn't mean that the mothers don't love the baby, appreciate it, of course. But remember, the mother is a person too, and a lot of people forget that. And through the midst of a baby being birthed, a lot of people will also get forgotten. The mother would get forgotten about, and everything would be about the baby. And no one's like, oh, did the mother, make certain that the mother is getting an adequate amount of sleep, especially when the newborn is waking up every 2 or 3 hours, or some newborns are colic. So, and then the mother still have to work, maybe not right away, but in America, the mother has to return to work within 3 months, which is relatively not enough time. And then all of these changes is happening at a rapid pace. And then if she doesn't have support, family support, husband support, then that's another thing, that everything is weighing on her. And that can be overwhelming and can trigger depression in a mother, especially with all of the new onset changes that just happened once the baby was born. So I want y'all to really think about postpartum depression, how it weighs on a mother, and not be so judgmental, but understand that she now has to readjust her whole life and everything she does. And yes, she may have been aware of that prior when she was pregnant, but sometimes being aware and actually now implementing and now having to physically be responsible for a little baby can be overwhelming, especially with no support. And on top of that, we don't know what's happening internally to the mother, how she feels about herself once the baby's born, or if she's getting enough attention and love from, from family and support and making sure she's okay herself. So when we talk about postpartum depression, it is not a one-size-fits-all. It's a lot of factors that go into it, and a lot of people may look at it like it may be perceived in society as a selfish thing, because it's like, oh, you just gave birth to this beautiful baby, the baby's healthy, you have nothing to complain about. But no, ladies, put your health first, because your baby depends on your mental health, your emotional health, your physical health as well, to be taken care of. So make certain that you are putting yourself as a priority, so that way you can definitely take care of your baby and provide the baby with lots of love and support. And if you do need support, do not hesitate to reach out to family or friends, or different support systems that you may need, because no one should suffer with postpartum depression. Your feelings are valid, and don't let no one discredit your feelings. And sometimes we all, as new mothers, may need a break, or even as a mother period, you may need a break. If you have any further questions or concerns, do not hesitate to send me a DM, send me an email, or you can leave a comment, share this video with others, especially any new moms that may be struggling with their mental and adjusting to their new life. Book with your girl Melissa, and have a great day. Bye.